Over that past 20 years, what's happened is our infrastructure underneath the road, our water and our sewer system, has gone from being 75 years old to 100 years old. And it's to the point now where we really need to seriously look at a project to replace that infrastructure. So with that, we made several requests of MnDOT. Can't we get this street programmed at some point in time for a reconstruction? And the reason that we kept pushing for a reconstruction is their cost participation policy. If we tried to do our utility reconstruction along with a mill and fill project, MnDOT would pay for removing the top 3 inches. So we were fortunate in having MnDOT finally program the street for reconstruction for 2016-2017. And it's a win-win situation, I think, for both of us. So, there's a big buzzword nowadays called complete streets. Should we be taking a look at multimodal transportation or trying to accommodate multimodal transportation within the corridor? So we started thinking about pedestrians, we started thinking about bicycles a little bit, and of course vehicles and moving vehicles, and how do we try to accommodate this in an 80-foot right-of-way, where MnDOT needs to make a decision on either building it to a 3-lane or a 5-lane section, and that's because of right-of-way acquisition. If we go to if we maintain the 5-lane section, MnDOT's going to have to do quite a bit more right-of-way acquisition. So there's a lot of time associated with doing that. We're kind of
additional right-of-way. We're assuming a 5-foot additional right-of-way would be adequate to make the sidewalk ADA compliant. So that is what is driving a lot of the cost. In the handout that I gave you 2 of the options: the 5-lane option and the 3-lane option. As far as construction costs, they're fairly equal between the 5-lane and the 3-lane option, but the big kicker with the 5-lane option is the need for additional right-of-way and the cost associated with that right-of-way. So that's pretty much the biggest difference between those 2 sidewalks to be ADA compliant. So with that option, we do remove 1 lane northbound, 1 lane southbound, keep the center left turn lane, and have standard width left turn lanes and the through lanes. We also have the availability to have a shoulder, a 4-foot shoulder through the corridor. We also have been contacted through the Walkable, Bikeable Committee with some different ideas that are out there about shrinking that typical section even further, down to 10-foot lanes. Or the idea was thrown out. What about reintroduction of parking, things of that nature. One of the ideas that also was generated was, well, instead of having that continuous left turn lane through the entire corridor, is what if you put a raised median through there? We looked at some of those ideas. So 2 legs are on South 6th Street or 371B, and then the cross street. So it'd be 50-50 on those intersections. The intersection with 210, 371, 3/4 of those are MnDOT's responsibility, and 1/4 would be the city's responsibility. We also have cost participation with the city for the existing street lighting throughout the corridor, and those are going to be the primary costs to the city for the roadway infrastructure. City's also going to have to address their underground utilities, their sewer, their water.
Traffic. I heard the concerns at Cocoa Moon, I think those are very legitimate. But for instance, my service vehicles don't want to go all that way and get caught up in that. And so I think we've got 2 types of traffic on that street, and so if you can keep that south part, I think we need 5 lanes. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. At least down at that end.
Let me explore this a little bit more with you. Where do you see a split? Is there an easy split somewhere?